Hello, this is Group 11 for the Research and Innovation Project. Our product is a device or platform that can provide personalized on-site recommendations to tourists for where they can go next based on their history of travel and the current location they are at, and hence the name Where Next. And the catch is, it doesn't use any personal information such as your name or ID. Instead, how it recommends is by using Bluetooth MAC address to identify known users. And here are some of the prototype screens for our product. The initial screen will provide the user with multiple options so they can choose what they wanna get recommendation for, more tourist attractions or hotels or restaurants, and then they'll be directed to the respective screens showing the recommendation based on rankings achieved through the reviews given by other users. Moving on, considering the number of tourists is huge, so is the market for our product. The WhereNext platform will have a multi-sided market incorporating the tourist centers that will deploy the display screens for this platform and the hotels and restaurants that choose to advertise through WhereNext. And this innovative and user-friendly approach to provide on-site free-of-cost recommendations to tourists will further help improve and increase the revenue for tourist industry by attracting more visitors. Our customers will be the tourists who will directly interact with the recommendation displays as they'll be getting the discounts and coupons through this platform. And that brings us to our next customer segment, which is hotels and restaurants that will be increasing their revenue through the visitors directed to their business by WhereNext. And the last one will be tourist centers that will deploy this platform on different tourist attractions. The key resources for our business model includes the recommender system program or software and the server that will be used to connect all the on-site devices and for storing the reviews to further improve the recommendations, and of course the hardware used to actually build and deploy the product in form of display screens. And hence, our key partners that will be helping us implement this will be the product manufacturers, the transportation company will be using for moving the hardware, and the tourist centers for sure that will be cooperating with us throughout the whole process. To initially pitch our product and gain customers, we'll conduct one-to-one online and offline meetings with potential customers, along with providing the additional support through online website that will be made available for the product. And for further continuous assistance, we'll be using emails and direct calls with customers to ensure customer satisfaction.
As for channels, we utilize the far-reaching potential of social media platforms, engaging in online interaction and personalized engagement to establish connection across a diverse audience. Complementing this, our strategy includes collaborations with tourist centers and transportation hubs, effectively capturing the interest of travelers and tourists. Moreover, active participation in government tourism conferences significantly shapes our approach, allowing us to stay abreast of industry trends and forge key partnerships. We offer a range of key values tailored to tourist customer segments, addressing multifaceted needs. Travelers often face privacy concern and information overload. However, our platform resolves these issues by providing personalized travel recommendation in valued language, allowing with exclusive discounts and offers. For the tourism industry and government, our platform serves as a solution to boost tourism and elevate the country's global reputation. By enhancing accessibility and overall travel experience, we contribute to the industry's growth. Additionally, for third-party tourism business, we facilitate increased customer flow from tourist attraction by advertising on our platform. In our economic model, we highlight key cost factors such as employee salaries, designing and production expense, rentals, customer acquisition expense, and marketing outlays. On the revenue side, our streams include earning from advertisement, revenue from coupon and advertiser commissions, as well as profits from product sales. This model forms the financial backbone of our operations, balancing costs against diverse revenue streams, ensuring sustainable growth and profitability.
We began by forming hypotheses and validating them through a comprehensive approach. We conducted an online questionnaire, receiving feedback from 10 key stakeholders in government, restaurants, and tourist centers. Then we engaged with 50 tourists through an online survey to understand their preferences and with offline interviews at tourist centers, hotels, restaurants for a holistic perspective. Key user feedback. After testing, we were able to obtain the following information. First question, if the platform offers coupons for restaurants and hotels, around 66% of respondents trust and are willing to use coupons offered by our platform, which indicates a clear vote of confidence. 32% of the people responded with a no and a maybe option. Next question, if people would consider learning about an advertised recommended destination as one of the options for the next stop, 45% of users are open to discovering recommended destinations through advertisements, showcasing the potential impact on their travel choices. 20% found useful and might use it in the future, and 9% people find it user-friendly but won't be using it regularly. The interviews revealed two primary challenges, the difficulty in choosing suitable restaurants and hotels, and there is a language barrier faced by tourists. Previous solutions. The users favor social media for travel information, The language feature addresses the challenge of finding English speakers. In response, we are making strategic improvements, shifting the focus towards social media for increased visibility and engagement, allocating more funds to social media advertising to maximize user reach, and developing compelling branded content for our social media channels to enrich the overall user experience. The responses to our solutions. People prefer to use the platform to reach for restaurants and hotels. Appreciation for the platform's commitment to user privacy, as no private information is required during login. Positive responses to the provision of coupons indicate user interest in utilizing them. In conclusion, our testing and interviews have steered us towards strategic enhancement, ensuring our tourist recommendation system evolves to meet user needs. We are glad about the positive response the Vanex platform received, and it will continue to make improvements to travel recommendations.
After we interviewed the tourists, we focused on testing our hypotheses for the potential customers. We started off with a questionnaire for the potential customers, and on this slide we will go over the responses to the 3 most important questions. First of all, what kind of promotional methods are you most receptive to? Here we discovered that the most chosen answer was social media advertisements. Secondly, how much money would you be willing to spend on our product? Here the answers were quite varied, with a quarter being unwilling to spend any money on the product at all. 64% was willing to spend over €1,000, and 50% of those had 20,000 as their limit. Thirdly, we asked, if you were to buy our product, what support channels would you like us to provide? Here the most picked answer was in-person meetings, but WhatsApp support and phone calls were also commonly picked answers. After completing the survey, we went out to interview some potential customers to gain more insights into their current struggles and their opinions on our product. From our interview at the tourist center, we learned that every day they deal with a lot of tourists inquiring about attractions. When communicating with the tourists, they face language barriers, and they also face issues with knowing what to recommend to each tourist. Their solution to these problems currently were to hire more employees to deal with the volume of tourists. To deal with the language barrier, they often opted to communicate in English, but speaking slower, accompanied by hand movements. And they made recommendations based on a list of pre-selected attractions with limited customization. Our product solves these issues by allowing customers to access information in a self-service manner. Our product supports multiple languages to remove the language barrier, and the recommendation system allows visitors to get customized recommendations based on their preferences. When asked if they had any concerns about our product, 3 topics came up. Price. How much would our product cost? Here we noticed that around €2,000 was usually seen as an acceptable price. Reusability. How long would our product hold up, and what's the longevity? And lastly, what happens when they face problems with the system? Now we move on to the interviews with the managers. From these interviews, we learned that there's a lot of competition in this industry, and revenue is often lower than expected, and there's unstable customer flow. Our products allows for these businesses to advertise themselves on the platform. Additionally, they could offer coupons for a platform to entice more customers to come to their establishment. When asked about any concerns they had with the product, we noticed different topics came up than when we interviewed the tourist center. First of all, the price, but this time regarding how much it would cost to place an ad on our system. Secondly, they wanted more information about the ads, for example, how long would an ad last on the system? And lastly, the size of the product, as this determines where they would have the possibility to install it. After concluding our research, there are 2 things we decided to keep doing the same way. First of all, we have the right target audience, as they seemed interested in the interview, so we should keep pursuing this market. And lastly, our current revenue stream seems to be effective, as businesses will be willing to spend money on ads and coupons, and tourists seem to be willing to use them, meaning the ads could be effective for the businesses. From our research, we also decided to make a few pivots in our plan. First of all, from our potential customer questionnaire, we learned that social media advertisement is the preferred promotional method, and therefore we should make it one of the main marketing channels. Secondly, we would be able to increase the price of our product from €1,000 to €1,500. This would still be an acceptable price for a lot of businesses and would allow for more development, resulting in a better product. And lastly, as both the tourists and businesses seem to be receptive to the idea of coupons, we should add this as a feature to our product. In this research, there were also a few challenges we had to overcome. First of all, it was difficult to find people who were willing to be interviewed. Therefore, these results are based on a limited number of individuals, and although we still gained valuable insights, more interviews would be needed to get more reliable results. And secondly, we received limited feedback on possible revenue streams, so we decided to do more research into similar products to identify these possible revenue streams for our product. To conclude, after increasing the cost of our product, the business model would be viable, provided that we either gain a lot of customers in a short time to balance out the initial cost, or we receive an investment from the government to promote tourism. To improve our product, we suggest that further experimentation could be done in the form of a test trial to see how tourists engage with the product and their satisfaction level. Additionally, different strategies could be tested to minimize the cost of acquiring new customers.